Hi, this is Survivor and Scrappy Mania, and today I want to show you these new flowers that I created with this new dye that I just got from Hobby Lobby. It's called the Susan Garden, and it's actually the sunflower dye. So you get seven pieces. You get 7 die cuts. So let me show you what you get. You get 1 die that will cut 4 of your large leaves. You get 1 die that cut 4 of your smaller leaves. Then you get, oh actually these are petals. And then you get 3 petals of different size. And then you cut 1 caliph. And you need to cut 2 of those in order to make this flower. You also get a center, for the center you get this other die that will cut the center of your flowers. So these are the little flowers, or the little sunflower seeds that you need to cut in order to create the center. So these are my flowers. So let me go ahead and get started and show you how to use these dies. So I already cut 8 of the large die. So you're going to need 8 of your large die. You're going to need 4 of your smaller dies, and these are going to be your fillers. So that's going to fill any space that it's going to, once you set your die, it's going to have some space, and you're going to use those smaller ones to fill those space. Then I already cut 3 of the leaves. So this is a smaller leaf, a larger leaf, and then a small leaf. And then you're going to need 2 of the caliph. So this is where you're going to put your leaves on. So I'll show you in a second how this one works. So I already pre-cut a lot of my dies. So I want to show you how to cut this die using the Sizzix. So I'm actually using the Sidekick. Okay. So you're going to take your bottom plate. And I usually have a plate that I do not cut on. So this is my do not cut plate. So this is where I'm going to put the die with the cut surface up. Then I'm going to take a little piece of brown cardstock and I'm going to lay it on top, as you can see here. And then I'm going to lay another piece. I'm going to lay the second plate down. Now this is still not going to cut. It's still too thin. What I did is I cut 3 layers, and it's about 2.5 by 12. So I cut 2.5 by 12, and then I just sandwich it together using some of my spray adhesive. So this is kind of my shim. So I'm going to lay this down as my shim, and so now what you see is you have the 1 layer of your plate, your die, your cardstock on top of the die, then the next plate, and then the shimmer, the shim, which is actually 3 layers of some kind of plastic or thin. You can also use thin cardstock. And you're going to run it through your Sidekick, and this is a perfect die to use with your Sidekick. So there, I cut it. So there's my die. And I'm not going to take it out yet. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and cuff each of my flowers. So what I want to create is a little cuff flower like you see there. And that's going to be my center. So I'm going to use some kind of push pad, or you can also use a mouse. And I need some kind of some stylus. So now I'm going to pull this out, and now what remains there is actually the cardstock in between my dies. So I'm going to take my embossing tool, and I'm just going to push down on each of those little tiny flowers to create my center. So let me go ahead and do all that. So I got all my centers ready to go. So, and I already pre-cut a lot of my dies. So here's the caliph. So 2 of the caliph, and these are the leaves. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to form my large leaf. So this is my large leaf. So I'm going to take actually a larger embossing tool. Let me go ahead and find that one. As you can see here. So this is my larger embossing tool. And before I emboss it, I actually want to give it some dimension using some of my metallic rub-ons. So this is something that I bought some time ago, and it's actually some rub-ons. And what you do is you use your finger. So it's a cream-based kind of ink, as you can see there. And then you're just going to put it on the bottom of your leaf, as you can see there. So I'm going to go ahead and prep all my leaves, and then I shall be back and we'll start assembling the flower. And after I did that, then I took my stylus and I just went across the middle of each petal to kind of curve it up, as you can see there. So the next thing I want to do is do the leaves. And I'm going to go ahead and take my smaller stylus, and I'm going to go ahead and create some veins. So I'm going to put a line in the middle, as you can see there, and then on each side I'm going to go ahead and put a line, so you can see there. And then I'm going to go ahead and put traced around the edges to give it a little more dimension. And that gives it a little dimension like you see there. So then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take some of this rub-on, and I'm just going to put it on the edges. Okay, so there you have it. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the caliph, like you can see here, and I'm going to take a large stylus, and I'm just going to rub in the center to kind of bring that caliph, kind of cuff it up, as you can see there. So I'm ready to put all my pieces together. So I got this this glue gun. This is a brand new glue gun, and it's a 2-temperature glue gun, and actually I'm using the low temperature. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue on one of the caliph. And I'm going to take one of the large petals and then place it there, as you can see there. And you don't want to place it in the center. You want to put it on the side. And actually, you want to put it right on that leaf, or that little leaf area of the caliph. So then I'm going to take the next one, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to take one of the big petals, and I'm alternating every other, as you can see there. So I'm taking a caliph, putting it there, and then the last one. Now I'm ready to go and put some leaves in between, some petals in between. And I'm going to keep doing that throughout my petal, or throughout my caliph. Okay, so there's my 8. There's 8 leaves there. And I'm going to do the same thing to the next one, and I shall be back. So now I created 2, so you have 8 on each of the caliph. So now the next thing, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place this one on top of the other one, but alternating the petals. So I want to really make sure that I kind of fill in the gaps, as you can see there. Okay. So there is the beginning of my flowers. So now the little flowers, as you can see here, I went ahead and cuffed, or actually I put some ink on 8 flowers, as you can see here. And these are going to be my fill-in flowers. So I'm going to take this one and see how you can see the gap here. I'm just going to fill it in between that gap. So I finished filling in all the gaps and with the little flowers just to fill in any space around it. So now I'm ready to go ahead and create the center, as you can see here. And for this I'm going to need a toothpick, and also I'm going to need some tweezers. So I went ahead and have all my little flowers, as you can see here, all my fill-in. So what I do is I put a little bit of glue just in one area, and I'm going to go ahead and pick up the flower and place it in the center. Put a little bit more glue, like you can see in the center there. And I'm going to pick up the flower. And this you can use your tweezers. So I can pick up some of the flowers with my tweezer and just place it in the center. You can use you can also use some of this glassy accents. That will also work. Or hot glue, how I'm using just a low temperature hot glue to put my flowers in the center. Okay, I'm just going to put a little bit of more hot glue. Place your flower in the center using your toothpicks to kind of like hold it in. And what you're doing is you're building up the center. Just keep building up the center and just grabbing some of those flowers with your tweezers and placing in the center with your toothpick. So I'm going to need some more flowers over here. As you can see, it's kind of lopsided. So let me go ahead and put some more glue. Right here, and I'm just going to place some more of these little tiny flowers in the center. And I need a little more on the center here, so I'm just going to put a glob of glue. Take some more of those flowers and just put it in the center. So I'm going to finish up a little bit more here. I'm going to put some more flowers in the center here. And as you can see, I'm done. So there's my center. So now I'm ready to go ahead and place my leaves. So I'm going to go ahead and place my leaf here. And my small leaf here. So let me go ahead and place some glue on the leaf and place it there. My smaller leaf will be placed here. So you can see there. And then I'm going to place another leaf kind of over here. And there you have it. So here's all my flowers, as you can see here. So you can create your own sunflowers using the Susan Garden by Sizzix. And I found this at Hobby Lobby. So I hope you liked the tutorial and thank you for watching. Bye now.